If you weren't built for it, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And that's why you're going through it. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that's what we're going to talk about. So let's just get straight into today's video. Disclaimer, always take what resonates, leave the rest. Deep sigh, deep sigh, deep sigh. My content is for the mature audience. Whether you are mature when you first come in contact with these videos, or you end up having to learn and grow together as you watch these videos. So just keep that in mind. Also, as these videos resonates with you, get a pen and paper, take what resonates, leave the rest, and take notes. You have to realize that the things that you are going through, it is for a reason. And I know, cliche, tomato, but I'm going to express it in a way that you have not heard already, as well as give you recommendations on what you can do moving forward. The intentions of my videos is to inform, educate, and move forward as a mental health specialist, a naturopathic physician, and your favorite rich auntie. If you know, you know. Regardless of the titles, regardless of the labels, I have gone through certain things in my life just like you. The only difference was how we chose to handle it. A lot of people go through things in life and they don't understand why. I have took the time to understand why. Because I was like you, going through things in life and just at times wondering what was the purpose. You have to realize none of us asked to be born. So on a physical level, because I'm not here to force religion or spirituality, and this can go left or right. Once again, life is about perspective. You have to realize you were taught and accustomed and programmed information based off of the people you first came in contact with, such as your family members, such as your caregivers, or whoever raised you. Then you were in communities and environments such as your neighborhoods where you grew up, and communities like school and what you did throughout your childhood, throughout your life. And during that time, you learned things by being influenced by people, whether they were negative or positive. You were taught certain things, whether it was right or wrong. And a lot of times when we're not taught certain things, when we're not educated, when we're not aware, when we don't believe in ourselves, when we don't have confidence, if we don't have faith or whatever it is that we believe in, we start to become confused and unsure about why certain things are happening to us, especially when it's negative. Because you know when good things are happening to you, you know why you got the car, you know why you got the good grades, you know why you got the relationship, you know why you got the job. But when it comes to negativity, there seems to be confusion. And you have to realize we are going through certain things, especially when it's negative, to understand who we are and what we're supposed to be doing in this life. A lot of times it could seem like we're just suffering and we're just going through trials and tribulations for no reason. That cannot be our attitude. Over here, we inform, we educate, and we motivate, and we transmute the negative energy into positivity. But once again, if you weren't taught how to handle problems, if you weren't taught how to deal with emotions, if you weren't taught how to make decisions in life, if nobody's shown you or nobody expressed to you on how to do certain things, you wouldn't know that. So the first thing you have to realize when you're going through trials and tribulations and knowing that you're capable of handling them, is that you only know what you know. Just like me. We don't know everything. We only know what we know. And being hard on ourselves is not fair. I'm a strong person who believes in equality. And equality to me is treating myself the way that I want to be treated. Everyone doesn't think like this. Everyone doesn't have to. And this is why, like I said, the content is for the mature people. Does everyone want to be mature? Does everyone want to be mature in life? No. Does everyone have to? No. And I'm learning to be okay with that. So because you're choosing to be mature, because you're choosing to watch these videos, you're not watching these videos just to hear me speak or you like how I look. You have to learn to reflect. And reflection takes time. Healing takes time. Unlearning information that no longer resonates with you takes time. Realizing that you made certain choices in your past up until this moment now based off of what you knew. And you can't go back in time and change it. So the second thing you have to realize is accepting what was. It's okay. We all have a past. I've made a lot of choices where I was just like looking at it now in the present moment or the future, realizing Of course, I could be like, I wish I never did this, or I wish this never happened, or I didn't mean to do this, but we did. And we were capable of going through it. If you believe in like a God, ancestors, and universe, they're the people who have control. And if you don't, once again, like I said, I'm not here to force religion or spirituality. It's up to you to just be accountable. I am well aware of the decisions on why I am where I am right now. And because it's not fair of me to beat myself up about my past based off of sometimes not knowing, not having the guidance, like I said, not having the resources to support whatever it is about what I did, but instead accept I went through the things that I went through because of what happened. So there's a cause and an effect. An example that I talked about on my channel was when I was 19 years old, I got to a really bad car accident. I was not taught how to drive. There were maybe 2 times with one of my parents that I was able to practice driving, and then the other time, only 1 time. I have 2 parents, one of them passed away. Maybe 3 times up until my entire life at the time at 19, I was not taught how to drive. I had to teach myself how to drive. And when I got into that accident at that time, I was traumatized. It was really bad. Don't get it twisted. And it's not to invalidate what we go through. It's not to say that it's not traumatizing. But moving forward, I could not have the attitude of being afraid to not drive. And I had to be grateful that I was alive. And that's going to be a different topic within itself. It's just learning to be grateful. And that's the third thing. You can't beat yourself up about not knowing certain things until you overcome it. And sometimes you have to go through things to understand why things are happening to you, especially when it's negative or traumatic. So the fourth thing we do is learn how to grieve. And grieving is not a one-size-fits-all. It could take years, it could take days, it could take weeks. It depends on the time, energy, and effort. But you have to know if it does not kill you, it is going to make you stronger. But the whole purpose is to reflect, and that's the fifth and final thing. When you are going through something and you want to understand why me, instead of questioning God, instead of questioning the ancestors, instead of questioning the universe, instead of questioning yourself, answer your question. Sit and take some time with yourself. If you're trying to figure out why is this happening to me, why is this happening to you? What are you supposed to learn? Because that's what it is, you guys. We are here to learn. So instead of me, like, shortly after the incident, feeling some type of way and being so sad and overwhelmed, I had to accept the fact that I was never taught how to drive properly. And instead of crying and saying, why me, why me, why me, I had to learn how to drive. I had to learn how to drive. Like, that was it. And you have to realize that if you don't solve your problems, the problem will move on, and you're going to be the only person who's stuck. And that's why people have PTSD and anxiety and are depressed, because you're holding on to memories and people and places and things that have been removed out of your life. And because life is about evolving and growing, you have to learn how to move as the time moves. I'm 28. Imagine if I would have just sat there and was just like, I'm never going to drive again, or why? That can't be our attitude over here. We are here to talk about the trials and tribulations. We are here to be vulnerable. So also when you watch these videos, you can't be afraid to engage. You can't be afraid to speak up. You have to talk about how you feel, because if you don't talk about what happens to you, you're always going to be questioning, why me? You can't suppress how you feel. You do have to do the self-reflection. You do have to sit with yourself. You do have to sit with God. You do have to sit in isolation. You do have to sit with the universe and the ancestors. And once you get the clarity, once you have the wisdom, once you have the discernment, don't continue to make certain choices. And it is difficult sometimes when you're going through things to understand that, because you're just like, why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Because you're capable of handling it. And a lot of times when you don't want to experience something, you have to realize it. Same thing when it comes to betrayal in relationships. People talk about you, your friends, family, people betray you, people cheat on you, people just do certain things. And you're asking yourself, why did they do this to me? Well, maybe you lack boundaries. Maybe you didn't communicate. Maybe you stayed in relationships longer than what you were supposed to do. Being accountable is not an attack. And you have to realize, if I, your favorite mental health specialist, was really your favorite vigilante, didn't care about myself, I wouldn't hold you to a certain standard. And you have to realize that. It's different when somebody's coming at you and they're just attacking you and they just have negative things to say and they're bringing you down versus somebody speaking life over you. And you'll know by the fruit, you know how people carry themselves. Now, of course, if something doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to, but I'm gonna let you know now, a hard head makes a soft behind. Don't be too prideful and too arrogant and too egotistical that you block certain opportunities and you sabotage yourself and certain people and places and things who want to be there for you. Because a lot of times when we're going through things and we're questioning why these things are happening to us, there is going to be a sign, there is going to be a confirmation. But if you ignore it because you're too upset or you're too overwhelmed, you're going to continue to stay in that position. And this takes time. Processing information, accepting information, healing is a journey. Life is a journey. And there's no one size fit all. There's no right or wrong way. So once again, this is from experience. Having, the credentials and working with you guys. But you need to know that when it comes to negativity, the same way you understand why positive things are happening to you, you need to start questioning why negative things are happening to you. So I'm going to give you your homework assignment. I'm going to give you a challenge. So the homework assignment, if you're new here, is basically an assignment that you have to do. You have to engage in the comment section. Let me know when you complete it, as well as your result and when you see this video. So your homework assignment, your challenge is to start questioning why negative things are happening to you. And in the next video, we can talk about solutions and how you can handle it. So if you guys have a topic, question, comment, or concern that you want to go over and discuss, let me know in the comment section. Make sure you guys, I need to drink some water because I'm talking fast and I'm messing up my words. Make sure you guys are liking this video. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notification. Follow me on all social media platforms. All the information will be down in the description box below. Head to my website at TyGuidance.com if you're interested in the service or session, and DM me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not able, or not on TikTok. Don't DM me on TikTok. DM me on Instagram if you're not able to afford a session. You have to know that we do not go through things for no reason, and until we realize why we're going through them, we're constantly going to continue to make the same choices in life. And if you're not happy about it, you have control. You need to know that you have control, you have authority, and as long as you're moving out of the intention of becoming better and doing what makes sense to you and your path and your lane and your purpose, you don't have nothing to worry about. And grief takes time. I'm speaking from experience. I've healed and overcame a lot of situations, and instead of, like I said, feeling sad and just being angry and frustrated, I just accepted that I went through certain things because of the choices that I made. And just because I made certain choices doesn't make me a bad person, doesn't mean that I can't be forgiven, doesn't mean I can't repent, doesn't mean that I can't move forward, doesn't mean that I can't, ascend. And when you know who you are, that's all that matters. When God knows who you are, especially, like I said, for those of you who do believe, that's all that matters. You don't have to worry about people and places and things who judge you or make you feel bad about making choices, because they made certain choices too. And honestly, we don't need to be focusing around people and places and things who do not inform us, educate us, uplift us, or who are helping us contribute to us making better choices. But that's all it is. Once you realize why you're making certain choices, you'll realize why you're in certain circumstances and certain situations. And even when it comes to other people coming into your life trying to do certain things, there's a part on your end that we have to work on. And that's going to be a different topic. We just have to learn how to be responsible for ourselves. And I'm not here to condone or justify abuse, but like I said, to spread awareness. In order for you to heal yourself, you need perspective, you need clarity, and most importantly, you need forgiveness. So I'm in this video with that. I love you guys. See you later. Good night, good morning, good afternoon.